Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh Luqman Effendi. I hope you are well, inshallah. Can you please explain the importance of doing Hizmet of our Shaykh in this tariqat? Jazakallah khair.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hizmet of your Shaykh or for your Shaykh? So what does it mean? You're the one asking the question. In this way, Bismillah ar-Rahman, what is the importance of Hizmet? Of service? It means everything. Imam Rabbani Qadasasir is saying this is the tariqat of the Sahabis, Sahabai Kiram. The way that the Sahabis were with the Holy Prophet ﷺ, this tariqat is trying to imitate that, imitating that. It's not saying we are like that, don't get me wrong. We're saying that those ones are the role models. Sahabis, after they got the shahadat, after they see all the things, after the blessings that is given to them that no one before or after is going to receive, except for the prophets before. What did they do? They ran to serve the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They went to serve him, and serving him and loving him means to serve those ones that he is helping, and to love those ones whom he loves, and to leave those ones that he leaves. And it's a very, very big, tall order, because the Prophet ﷺ, he serves the ummah. Yes, even unbelievers. And he's praying for them. Sometimes you need to behave like this, sometimes you need to behave like that. There's no meaning that's one way that he's behaving towards the unbelievers. So, if we take that kind of role model, you take that kind of example, Sahaba Kiram, they did not keep still. They run to serve their Prophet and the message. Not just loving the Prophet and serving the Prophet, but the message. Because the Prophet, no Prophet came without the message. And now, the Prophet may say, yes, I'm a messenger. I've given you the message now. Now I don't have the message. You have the message. Your job now is to pass the message down. So then they start running to pass that message down until today. So what we are doing to pass that message down. Message is not just to stand up and to preach to people, to say you are wrong there. No, it's not that kind of message. The message, as the Prophet ﷺ, his whole life is a message. His whole speech, his whole looks, everything about him is revealing the beauty of his Lord. The message coming from his Lord. So each according to what you are capable of doing, you will give that message, you will give that beauty. Some they may speak, some they will clean, some they will cook, some they will try to do AV, some they will work, some they will take care of others. The important thing is to find out, because there's so much that is coming, to find out which one is yours, what can you do. Now, then in that way, you're not serving the Shaykh. Don't think that serving the Shaykh means that the Shaykh needs it. If you give him a better glass of water, if you give him this, you give him that. No, it's not that too. The message, what is he there for? He is there to deliver the message and to complete it. Now, you can make his life easier. You can carry certain things. You can help with the message too. inshallah Rahman, when it is necessary. And so, like what they are saying, the service, the hizmet, the khidmah, it is higher than the ibadat, some saints are saying. Because now when you do a hizmet, you are serving other people. That is for other people, it's not about you. But when you are making the ibadat, especially Wahhabis now, they say you cannot make ibadat for anyone else. You make ibadat only for yourself. But in reality, yes, you pray for yourself, mostly. May Allah open our way, make us to be strong and free, to be able to serve this way, and to find what is ours, and to run with it, inshallah. It gives us honor. Hizmet gives us honor. It takes us out from ourselves. And what is important in this way is, because this is Osmanlı way. Osmanlı way means it is universal. It is international. It is every kind of a person, in every shape. So, we have different kinds of people that are here, and you can serve different kinds of people. It is not limited, because for some they say, well, because we're in this way, or this way, or this way, must serve only this kind of people, this kind of people, this kind of people, or I must serve only first my family. You say no. Sahabe Kiram, they did not run to serve their families first. Some, they put their families last. We are following the way of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. Even the Prophet asked him then, you gave everything for the ummah. What did you leave for your family? Understand the depth of those words. That Muslims today, they say, no. Sunnat first means you have to help your family. And they stop there. But Prophet ﷺ laughing, they say, you gave everything for the ummah. What did you leave for your family? He says, I leave Allah and His Prophet for my family. So to have at least that idea, that understanding, that's important. That may be difficult, especially here. Here, it's difficult. Because people don't know how to help, and they don't know how to receive help also. Because everybody is so used to doing things by themselves, and it's working. Wait till you come to a situation where you cannot help yourself. You need other people to help you. It's more difficult. But it comes with certain blessings too. Now we have everything, but we're still helping. We're put into that situation to help. That is a big honor for us. We must run for that, inshallah. This is continuation also from yesterday's sohbet, no? So whatever it is that you're doing, that you say, this one I do specifically, it's not for this or for my family, it is for the Jamaat, it is for the sake of Allah. Then be happy. Be happy. Say, Alhamdulillah, Allah, you entrusted me with this, and I did this, not for my sake, but for the sake of this brother, this sister, this family, this Jamaat. So the question is going to be asked, what did you do for the sake of Allah today? You may say, you may answer. Then be happy with that. Assalamu alaikum.